and 3 finals MVPs again, hey, maybe you can make a case, but right now I've got him on tier 2.
Okay. With the game we love and we're talking about basketball, it all starts in the backyard, in the playgrounds, grassroots. Our guest today is all about that.
Yes, sir.
And much more. I wanted him on the show because he's done a lot of special things. He's a special gentleman, especially in his community. He's proactive, cares about his people, and he provides outlets, positive outlets for them. And it's extremely important that this message gets out there. And for those who do not know who I'm talking about my brother Chol. And what do you call him?
The Mayor of Melbourne.
Mayor of Melbourne, Chol.
Mr. Elevate.
Mr. Elevate.
We outside.
What's up, brother? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me, man. It feels special to be here.
We're grateful to have you on. You are our first official guest on UpFront, Season 2, Episode 3. You are the first one. And we're happy to have you here. What you got going on, man?
Man, a lot, man. Ever since ending last year with a major Elevate League basketball tournament, which is the biggest one we've did so far.
Congratulations.
So, thank you so much. Appreciate it. So it was a lot of hard work. Took a whole year to plan, obviously, as you guys know, if you've been in the industry. So basically just trying to put the community on, as that's what we stand for Elevate, and that's what reason we started.
That's what the question I was going to ask you. Like, when you started this, the whole journey, like, what was your thinking behind it? What was your, mission? And looking back at how far you've come, like, where do you want to take it moving forward?
Basically, like, starting at the start, didn't really think it was going to get to this stage. It was more about just trying to put my friends on, as I started as a basketball training business. Before I actually became a training business, more about training my friends, just trying to get them better as they like my training. And pretty much as the years go on, just trying to take on more of the opportunities that come along with it, and pretty much became more a basketball league right now and focusing on a lot of events.
All right, my question is, obviously, shout out to the South Sudanese community.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to all the brothers and sisters out there. My family's Jamaican, right? Obviously, we all know, I hate to keep saying it. Yeah, we migrated in New York, I was born in New York. And I understand the pitfalls of coming to another country and things that can be against you. You know what I mean? You deal with racism, you deal with people not wanting to, like, just talk to you, or, it's just difficult. How important is it for you to have this league, have the training facilities? Because you have a very nice training facility. I've been there. I supported Mango for his Christmas event a couple of years ago. Shout out to Mango. And how important is it for you to have an outlet for your young brothers and sisters so it keeps them off the street, out of trouble, and out of harm's way?
Actually, that's a great question. I think that's what we kind of Elevate lead into. Was the facility basically provided a safe haven for a lot of the South Sudanese community, or any other community, really. So I think once you walk through that door, you feel just right at home. So that's the kind of feedback that we always received from everybody that came in there. Everyone was brothers and sisters. There was no judgment, as that's what we kind of felt as a South Sudanese community in the outside world, with whatever was going on, was relating to a lot of things. So definitely you would look bad. You walk into a shop, obviously you can't walk in there with a bag or anything like that. So basically just having a space where there's no judgment, I think that's what everybody was looking for, and that's what kind of Elevate provided for the community.
Was it important to you as well? Because I remember when I was in the US, I was living in New York, and this is going back, I don't know, maybe 7 years or something like that. But I remember looking at some news headlines from Australia, and obviously, mainstream media is always going to sensationalize things, but it was something about people were in uproar, that were scared of African gangs and, all that sort of stuff. And I remember having this conversation with Mango, because he was over with Charlotte at the time. We used to talk quite a bit. Was it important to you to sort of, create all this so you can show like a positive light and show, people that, hey, listen, not all South Sudanese are criminals, because you can say that with everyone. Not every Greek's a criminal, but there are Greek criminals. There's, in America, there's Jamaican criminals, but not every Jamaican is a
criminal.
Yeah.
Not every Lebanese person is a criminal. Not every body from different cultures that come here are criminals.
That's right. There's,
are good people.
The majority are good, hardworking people that came here to create a new life. So was it important to you to sort of shine that light on your people and show Australia that, hey, this is the good side of things?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're familiar with the South Sudanese National Basketball Tournament, which was one of the biggest basketball tournaments.
Yo, I heard. Look. Sorry to cut you off. I heard this tournament. This was before I came back. I came back 2017 to Australia to work for the NBL. I heard this tournament was crazy. So much talent, Australia-wide, nationwide. I heard this tournament was crazy. Talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was one of the biggest tournaments ever. Definitely, you got almost some of the players in the NBL right now played in it. So definitely created a lot of opportunities, and the hype, it was amazing. The talent was amazing. So the last one they had was, I'm pretty sure, I think it was July 2017. So basically, we just related to something that happened outside of the tournament, which is whatever different.
Had nothing to do with the tournament.
Nothing to do with the tournament, but pretty much just generalized the whole South Sudanese community and said this tournament is what provoked it. So pretty much it was canceled. So I think for a lot of people that were involved in the sport industry, especially in the South Sudanese background, we're kind of looking for another outcome to kind of trying to help bring that back. And then I think that's where we kind of stepped in as Elevate to provide another platform that some of these guys can actually participate in that kind of doesn't relate to that. So we try to aim for that, just try not to relate to that, and then just try to create another pathway, which is what we kind of did a few weeks ago too. We did another South Sudanese basketball tournament, just a mini one, just to try to kind of help that outcome a little bit, or create another pathway, another opportunity for those guys that are not available during those times to participate in it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what definitely everybody saw that Elevate kind of stepped in that position to provide those opportunities since this one got taken away.
Right. That's very important. You are a gatekeeper to your community, and it's important because if that outlet isn't there, then what is? So you have to continue to do the work. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes, it could be very hard and frustrating if sponsors ain't trying to give you bread or put up the right amount of money that can really help this tournament for the bigger picture. But you have to keep pushing because of how many people, there's so many people relying on you and what you have going on. You might not even know. But trust me, there's so many people relying on what you got going on. Now, speaking of what you got going on, Valentine's, look, all ballers, we love the game. And you've picked a day to have a big street ball event on Valentine's Day. So we're going to call this Love and Basketball.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
right?
sir.
Talk to me, talk to us, talk to the viewers, the listeners, about this event and what is it? Because I've seen some of it, but I want you to talk about it.
Absolutely, we're gonna take it back a little bit more. So ever since December, we kind of did the Elevate League. It was a big step for us and stuff like that. So it was more kind of head towards the international route, more of the, I say, the corporate level of talent base as well.
Yeah.
So my team as well, we kind of had a meeting. It's like, okay, we don't want to forget about the community that we started with in the first place. So it's great that Elevate is kind of going this way, that's providing those opportunities for those guys, but we also want to keep giving back to the community and the reason why we stand for. So pretty much just say, okay, let's do something at the park where we grew up.
Braybrook.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Braybrook.
So we want to come back to the hood, pretty much, and just put it on something on for the community that we can actually bring back to the community, that can forget about everything else that we kind of did, and then just make it more about the community. And so pretty much what we're doing is putting up $1,000 prize money. You ain't got to pay no fee. You just got to bring your squad to the park.
Yep.
5-on-5 full court, free barbecue, got some giveaways, shoe giveaways. We got some clothes. So it's pretty much just trying to give back to the community, because that's the opportunities we never had. So we just trying to provide those for.
Who's the next? We've talked about in recent years, like in terms of the rise of the South Sudanese, basketball community. Obviously, we had Thon Maker playing in the NBA for a little bit. Who's the next guy? Because I know you deal with these guys from young. Who's the next guy that we should be keeping an eye out on?
There's a lot actually. Definitely, especially at the college level right now. There's definitely a plenty to name. One of them, I'm not being biased, but my little cousin, Kwani,
Yeah.
and I just play for VCU. So he's one of the guys who's up and coming. So he started basketball very young. Got his older brother who actually showed him the right route to kind of take. So
Yeah.
that kind of most important, having that guidance of an older brother that's been through the system already,
Yeah.
and then just kind of making things younger for you. And definitely, he's got some younger other brothers. So, but I think the most one that's got the most potential is the youngest one, which is Mading.
Okay.
So he's with the NBA Academy right now in
Oh, in
Canberra.
Canberra, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so definitely, I think he's got one of the guys who's up and coming that has the most potential to potentially make it to the league.
And it's great that, there's guys that have already done it, so they can look at somebody and say, well, if he can do it, I can do it too now, Like that path has already been established.
Yeah, absolutely. Even same with me as well. So I had a lot of guys who come up to me and like just say, I'll be motivated to what you've been doing. Just because you can do it, that mean I can do it too. So that's always great to hear that and just kind of helps you push and just keep doing what you're doing that is actually inspiring other people. As Corey said, you might not know who you're inspiring and actually who you're touching base on. So just getting that kind of feedback help just that little motivation to help you wake up that next day and say, okay, I'm doing this for somebody as well.
Yeah.
Yo, so back to the street ball, this tournament that you're having, right? This one-day event. Who are you doing it with? And how the hell are they packing these parks out with these kids?
Yeah, as you've seen in the recent years, I think the one in Australia that's
What's the
doing
name of their crew?
the guy running is Breffel. So his name is Breffel. So he's running Park Takeover Oz.
Yo,
So
Park
he-
Takeover, like, how are they just the day before? We're at this park, pull up. And like almost like 1,000 kids are showing up, 2,000 kids. How is that possible?
Social media.
I was about to say, it's got to be
social
social media.
is key. That's content is key these days. So pretty much just having those guys who have the platform to actually spread a word and have people listen and show up is definitely powerful. And I think those kids that definitely have that. So just having the talent that they want to come and see too, and then creating an atmosphere that people want to create that vibe, because that's what people are chasing now is the vibe and that culture.
Yeah.
And that's what people actually, and they think that's what they have up and down in Sydney. So when we did this, I didn't think it was going to make this much noise. So right now we got guys that are canceling flights just to be participating in this. So that's crazy to hear that and stuff.
That kind of reminds me of New York, Corey. Like, you see all these tournaments right around New York, right? And obviously Dykeman and Rucker are probably the gold standard, right? Everyone knows them globally. But even the other tournaments, Watson and all these other ones, they're getting packed out too because the local community is coming out and supporting these and really getting behind it.
Yeah, but what I like about this is that, this ain't New York, so this is not something that usually occurs here.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. So I love the fact that the community and these kids are running out to these parks because for me, I look at sport, regardless of color, race, whatever, it's a safe haven. If, as a parent, if your child isn't involved in something at a young age, idle time is the devil. He's just home bored. Oh, what you doing? I got nothing going on. Well, let's go do this. Let's go do this. That's why you have to keep children involved in things, whatever their thing is. So I love what you got going on. I know you got to go. I know you're busy. You took time and moved things out of your schedule, to make this happen. I appreciate you. Keep doing the great work. Actually, I have one last question for you. How awesome is it to see so many South Sudanese brothers in the NBL?
Man, I think it's a dream come true. Just having to go to a game and watch the guys that you grew up with.
Yeah.
And just say, like, oh man, look where we first started. And then now we can see them on TV. So that's always been a dream that I always talked about growing up. It's like, okay, I want to play on ESPN. and stuff. And just having to see that happen is definitely amazing. And I'm happy for those guys and the next guys that are coming up for sure.
Yes, sir.
Man, my brother, thank you for your time, bro. Chol, a.k.a.
The mayor of Melbourne.
Keep up the great work, brother. Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you for having me.
No
Appreciate
doubt,
it.
brother. No doubt.